What are the characteristics of waves? You had already studied about characteristics of waves in your class 9 physics and also in your plus 1 physics. Okay, if we consider this as our wave, this is one complete wave, and this portion with maximum amplitude is the crust, and this portion with maximum amplitude in the negative direction is considered as trough. Okay, and this is one complete wave, so this distance can be considered as the wavelength lambda, and again wavelength can be the distance between two consecutive crust. So this is the distance between two consecutive crust. This is wavelength lambda, and this is the distance between two consecutive trough. This distance is also lambda. So lambda can be, or lambda or wavelength can be distance between two consecutive crust, distance between two consecutive trough, or it can be the length of one complete wave. Okay, so this is also lambda. Then what is amplitude of the wave? Amplitude is the maximum displacement from the equilibrium position. So this is the equilibrium position, right? And the maximum distance from the equilibrium position, this is maximum displacement, and this is our amplitude. Then what is the time period? Time taken to complete one wave. So this much wave, that is one cycle, that is time period. And what is frequency? Frequency nu is denoted by the number of waves completed in 1 second. Okay, and there is a relationship between frequency and time period. What is that? Frequency nu is equal to 1 by time period. Unit of frequency is hertz. Unit of time period is second. Unit of amplitude is meter. Okay, so these are some of the characteristics of waves, and you had already studied about these concepts. Now another important concept is that of wavefront. What do you mean by wavefront? Wavefront is defined as locus of all points having same phase at a given instant of time. The shape of wavefront depends on the shape of source of disturbance. Okay, and a wavefront is always normal to the light ray. A wavefront does not propagate in the backward direction. So what do you mean by wavefront? Consider this figure. Here you can see one thing. So many waves are there, right? And can you see this blue color line? This blue color line joins all the waves at the same point. That means the peak of all the waves are joined by this blue line, and this forms the wavefront because all the particles present in the peak of this wave are in same phase. So wavefront is an imaginary line joining all the points on the waves which are in same phase. Okay, and here also if we draw a line here, okay, see, if we draw a line along this point, this also can be a wavefront because this line joins all the particles on the wave which are in the same phase. Okay, so if you consider this line is joining all the points on all the waves which are in same phase, because that is which are on the peak of all the waves. So that is wavefront. What is wavefront? It is the locus or joining line of all the points having same phase at a given instant of time. All the points must be in a same phase. Okay, and there can be different wavefront. So the shape of wavefront depends upon the waves, source of that waves. And a wavefront is always normal to the light ray. If we consider a light ray, wavefront will be always normal to that light ray. You must remember this concept. And a wavefront does not propagate in the backward direction. So there are three types of wavefronts. First is spherical wavefront, spherical in shape. Plane wavefront, linear in shape. Cylindrical wavefront, cylinder in shape. Okay. So what is spherical wavefront? When the source of light is a point source, wavefront will be spherical. So if we consider this as the source, and if we consider waves like this, and if we join the points on this same phase, we will get a spherical wavefront like this. We had already explained that ripples in water are in the form of concentric circles, so which are spherical wavefront. So if we get concentric circles like this or a spherical wavefront like this, the point source will be a point source. Okay, example, ripples in water. Then another wavefront is plane wavefront, second type. When the small part of a spherical or cylindrical wavefront originates from a distant source like infinity, then the wavefront which is obtained is known as plane wavefront. Example, rays coming from the infinite like sun. Okay, rays coming from sun. So when we join all the points in the waves coming from the sun, you will get a plane wavefront. Okay, and this figure shows a plane wavefront. Okay, if we join all the locus, you will get a plane shape, a plane wavefront. When the source of disturbance is a slit, then the wavefront is cylindrical because all the points are equidistant from the source and they lie on the surface of the cylinder. If you consider a line source as shown in the screen, this line source will emit waves in all directions, and if we join the waves or if we join the points which are in the same phase, you will get a spherical wavefront like this at each point, because each point can be considered as a point source, right? So this point as a point source, this point as a point source, this point as a point source, so spherical wavefronts are obtained. And when we join the locus of all this spherical wavefronts, you will get a cylindrical wavefront. So a cylindrical wavefront is obtained if the source is a line source. Spherical wavefront is obtained if the source is a point source, and plane wavefront is obtained if the source is at infinity or if it is a plane surface. Okay. Now, what happens when the wavefronts are allowed to fall on a concave surface or on a concave lens or on a convex lens? Okay, so here on the screen you can see a plane wavefront is allowed to pass through a convex lens. And you know what is the nature of convex lens? It will converge. So here also you can see the plane wavefront, when it is passed through a convex lens, it is converged to a point. Wavefronts are getting bent and converged at a point. So this is the nature of wavefront coming out of the convex lens. And similarly, when the wavefront is allowed to pass through a concave lens, it will get diverged. Okay. So how it will look like? See, if we consider a concave lens like this, and suppose plane wavefront is allowed to pass through the concave lens, then what happens? The waves which are coming out of the concave lens will be like this. See, the wavefronts are getting diverged. They are not getting converged.